rooms. If you miss those, you can join my breakout rooms and come and work on your interim assessments. And throughout the session, keep me informed if you are here to complete any of the interim assessments. Remember, I have links to the interim assessments in my breakout rooms, and I will put you in those rooms and I will monitor them time to time. Otherwise, if you are here, we will go over questions from the math TFAR from last week. We looked at question 1 till 5, and we still have to do question 6 through 10. And here it is. So I'm going to repeat myself as you guys are joining. If anybody here is joining to complete their interim assessments, but it seems like most of you who have joined have already worked on the interim assessment. Very good, very good. We were on question 6. We were on question 6. We did question 1 till 5 yesterday. If you need help, you can definitely watch recordings from yesterday, or if we have time, you can also ask us during the session. If any of you are here and would want to make up your interim assessment, let me know. I have links to both interim assessments in my breakout rooms, and in fact, there are students working on the assessment right now. Isabella, are you here for Math TFAR from last week? If you are here for that, you're in the right place. Gia, welcome to class. Joycelyn, I'm going to go over Math TFAR from last week. Legacy, Shiryar, Andromeda, Isabella, Yesley, Zoe, Robert, Caitlin, Sean, welcome to class. All of those who will do the near pod with me in today's class, I'm going to give half credits to your last week's TFAR score. I'm going to add half credits to that score. Make sure you are in near pod and make sure you show details of your work, right? I also have 2 breakout rooms for interim assessments if and only if you guys need. Right, we're going over Math TFAR from last week. Legacy, this is what I said. We're going over Math TFAR from last week. Here is question 6. It was about graphing. A carpenter charges $25 to $25 to come to a customer's home. So $25 to just come to a customer's home, right? And that means this is going to be the starting amount. Even if you don't ask for their service, if they showed up at your door, you have to pay them $25. Right? So I'm going to start to write down. So even if the carpenter shows at my door and I did not ask them to work at 0 hours, I still got to pay them $25 because they showed up at my door. That is the cost, right? So let's go ahead and plot that on the number line. Everybody get started. Show me your work. That should be a red one because y-intercept, right? Let me see on your near parts slides. How will you plot this point? Yes, Isabella, you are right. Gia, plot this point. Joycelyn, very good. So Isabella R, right? Isabella K still plotting. Edgar, show me your work. Gia, show me your work. So at $0, you gotta pay them $25 because they showed up at your door, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and plot the point. That's called y-intercept. It is gonna be called y-intercept, and that is gonna be at 25. Right between 20 and 30 is 25. So my very first dot starts here, right? Right between 20 and 30 is gonna be my y-intercept. That is the starting. Then she charges $35 per hour for the time she spends working. $35 per hour. Let's see what that means. That means if this carpenter comes for 1 hour, right? First, for showing up, they charge $25 just for showing up, plus $35 per hour for 1 hour, right? $35 per hour for 1 hour. Does that make sense? $25 for just showing up at your door, starting amount, and then $35 for each hour they are going to work. So this is how we can calculate for 1 hour. Go everybody, find if they're going to work for 1 hour, how much will you end up paying them? Right? Everybody do the calculations. Let me see on your slides. For 1 hour, you're going to pay the carpenter how much? I see everybody trying to do the calculations. Take your time. Isabella K, I agree to your calculation. This is, yeah, how you can do it. Jocelyn, heading in the right direction. So because they showed up at your door, you got to pay upfront 25. Then because they worked for 1 hour, you also got to pay them another 35 for 1 hour, because 35 per hour. So Isabella R, how much did you get? I do see a dot. Let me see. I'm going to make your slide bigger so I can see. There you go, Isabella R. I agree to you. Very good, very good. That is going to be $60. That is going to be $60. So we can color code this one. And we can say maybe this is going to be purple. So this will represent a purple dot. So my purple dot will be for 1 hour, I go up to 60. Let's see how many points do I need. In this question, it says select 2 points. That's all I needed. I needed to select 2 points, and I do have my 2 points. Right? Once I have my 2 points, what will I do? I will join to create a line. I will join the 2 points to create a line. If I want, I can also create a pattern of numbers. Yes, Isabella, you're right. I can also create a pattern of dots, right? So I know it will be easy for me to join them. I know 1, 2, 3. I went up, okay. I went up 1, 2, 3.5 for 1. So I'm going to go up 3.5 for 1 over, right? And each time you keep doing that, you will get the next dot. Again, go ahead, go up 3.5, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and 1 over. So I have all these dots. If I'm going to join them, I will be able to create a straight line. Once you have 2 points, you can use the pattern to come up with more dots, right? I went up 3.5 each time to go 1 over. And then I can join it and create a line. Will not be the best, smoothest straight line, but I can just give it a try. There we go. This is how the graph will look like. Let me know if there are any questions. I'm going to announce again, if any of you are here for your interim assessments, let me know. I do have links in my breakout rooms, and I can provide you those links so you can take your interim assessments. If anybody needs it, you have them. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead, move on to question 7. Question 7 is going to be about equation. Writing equation from a table. This time, Isabella, you did not know if you did it right? Let me go. Isabella K. Let me check, go back and check your slide. You did it right. Yes. You go up 3.5, but you got to go up 3.5. See, because the second point, when it is 1, you're at 60. When it is 0, Isabella K, when it is 0 hours, you got to go up to 25. The very first dot was at 25, Isabella K. All right, the very first dot was at 25 because that was the starting. That was y-intercept. Let's look at the table over here. We got to get an equation out of the table. Whenever you want to write the equation out of the table, very first thing I recommend is to find slope, is to find rate of change, is to find m, is to find rate of change. And rate of change. And how do you find rate of change? Let's see where we can do rate of change. To find rate of change, you will do change in y divided by or over change in x. That's how you do rate of change. And that is the number that goes with the variable, right? Let's go ahead and figure it out. Everybody gets started. Find rate of change or find m. Find the number that will go with m. Find this number that will go in the first box. Okay? Let's see how you will do change in y divided by change in x. I see here Joycelyn's work. Joycelyn, you're heading in the right direction. Isabella, good. This is how you want to do change in y over x. And then Isabella R. Isabella R., I see your answer, but I am wondering how you got the answer. Isabella R., see, we want to find change. We want to find change. In order to find change or difference, you need to compare two numbers from one number to another, right, Isabella R.? Find the difference now. Let me see how you will handle it. I gave you more hints. Find the change. Find difference. You got to have two quantities to compare so you can find change. Maddie, I see you are here. If you want to earn points, you should also be in Nearpod. Edgar, if you need some points added to your TFAR score, you should be in Nearpod. Sean, Shiryar, I don't see an actively working slide. Raya, TM. TM, are you still working on the math test? TM, let me know. Yes, you are. Let me go put you in that breakout room. Okay. Are you also working, Raya? You working on the math test? I'm going to put you in the breakout room. Or are you working on the TFAR right now, the one we are doing in Nearpod? Let me see. Gia finding rate of change. Eric is trying to find rate of change. Eric, how much is the change in y? Let me see. Isabella K. You got, okay, Isabella K. I'm wondering how you got the numbers you got. And try them out with the table and see if that's working. There you go. Isabella R. I agree to you. Raya, are you taking interim assessment? Raya, are you taking interim assessment? Okay, I was confused because this is a TFAR. I would just put you in a breakout room, Raya, so you can work on the interim nicely, quietly, without distractions from us. Okay, Raya? Okay. So here we are. Let's do change in y. From 7 to 11, the change is a positive 4. Right? Change in y is a 4. And let's find change in x. The corresponding change in x from 3 to 5 is positive 2. So 4 over 2. That is how we find rate of change. Isabella K, I agree to you. Kendra, breakout room 2 is the math one. Are you missing math interim, Kendra? I can put you in the math one, that is room 2. Okay, let me go ahead and put you, Kendra. All of that is managed by me. I'm going to go see what people in room 2 are doing. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. I just wanted to go check in that breakout room. Everybody seems to be working and be on task. Here we are. So we discovered rate of change 4 divided by 2 is 2. Isabella R, Isabella K, both of you helped us out. You were right. It's 2. Now we want to figure out the add-on. We want to figure out the add-on part. Let's see how we can do that. I have the partial equation y equals 2x. I have the partial equation. This should help me figure out the add-on part, right? Let's see how you guys are approaching the add-on part. I see here everybody is thinking about the add-on part. So no problem. I am here to guide. So I'm going to create a little table. The x value, the very first x value is 3. The y value follows the rule 2x, right? The y value follows the rule y equals 2x because we just found out. Let's see. So if I multiply the 3 by 2, right? Y equals 2x means 2 times input. 2 times 3. I get 6, right? But notice that the corresponding y value is not 6, it is 7. The corresponding y value is actually 7, right? In the table, when input is 3, corresponding y value is 7. So can you tell me what is the add-on? Because 2x is not working. There needs to be an add-on so we can get to 7. Can you guys tell me how much is the add-on? Joycelyn, I agree to your add-on. That is working. What about others? If you do 2x, 2 times 3 gives you 6. Look at the table. Table says value outcome is 7. When input is 3, output is 7. Right? So think about how much should the add-on. When input is 3, output is 7. Isabella K, yes. Add-on is 1. So I can add on 1. And let's try out another value and see if this rule is working, right? So I can complete the rule 2x plus 1. So let's try this one. Let's choose this orange color. So when input is 5, output has to be 11. Let's see if that works. When input is 5, to find our output, we will do y equals 2x, means 2 times 5. And 2 times 5 gives us 10. 2 times 5 gives us 10. And I add 1. I get 11. And that is the value given in the table. So now I can be so sure that the rule y equals 2x plus 1 is a working rule. It is working. It will also work for the third value. Did you all understand how add-on is 1? Are there any questions? This is making more sense? Yeah, Isabel, it's just a little bit more practice we all need, and then it will start to make more sense. I'm going to repeat myself. If any of you are here for your math or reading interim, let me know. We have breakout rooms, and we can definitely help you out. Let's look at question 8. And here is question 8. We want the equation, right, out of the graph. Everybody with a red dot, mark your y-intercept. Mark your y-intercept with a red dot. Right? Everybody go ahead, get started. We want the y-intercept with a red dot. I see your Isabella R. I agree to your y-intercept. Now, Isabella R, mark on the 4 answer choices which one says the intercept is the one that you marked. Isabella R. I see here Joycelyn marked. So Joycelyn, pick the two answers that says the y-intercept is this much, the one that you picked. Edgar, I want to see an active slide. Y-intercept is a point where the graph cuts y-axis. Natalie, Eric, Alexander, Taraji, Andre, Gia, Andromeda, Zoe, Robert, Caitlin, Maddie, Chris.
Excuse me.
Yes, Raya.
You kicked me out the call when I was trying to type, and it wouldn't let me back in. It took me to another room.
Oh, Raya. Are you taking the math in terms? So should I put you in the breakout room, Raya?
Hold on, let me pause something. Hold on 1 second.
Absolutely. Let me
You
see.
said what?
Should I put you in the breakout room, Raya, for math interim assessment?
I was trying to type and tell you that it was gonna be. It's okay if I sit in here because I don't want my stuff to be
Oh,
glitchy.
got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So students, I'm going to be back in 30 seconds. Somebody in the interim assessment room needs me, right? You work on this problem and I'm going to be back in 30 seconds. Taraji received your message. Back. And here we are with this question. Here is y-intercept. Over here at 3. This is the point where the graph cuts y-axis. This is the point where the graph cuts y-axis. This is going to be the add-on. So we know in our equation, the add-on is going to be 3. So answer choice B and answer choice C are the only two that say y-intercept is going to be 3. So I take away answer choice A and D. I already take away answer choice A and D. Any questions? Isabella R already got an answer. I'm not going to leave the answer yet. Let's go ahead and figure it out. And then on a graph, we want to figure out rate of change, or we call it slope, right? Rate of change or slope. We do rise on a graph. We just do rise over run using 2 points. And let's see how that will work. We need 2 points to do rise over run on a graph. And let's see, we have one red point on the graph already. I need one more point. Then I can do my rise over run. I'm gonna be so smart. I'm gonna choose the closest possible readable points. The points I will choose on the graph are not gonna be on cutting blocks. I'm gonna pick readable blocks, right, where I can easily read and not estimate values. So my closest possible points are here. I got 2 points for rise over run. Joycelyn, I agree to you. All right. Then let's do the rise. The rise, I cannot do rise. If I am rising, my pen goes up and higher the graph. I'm not trying to reach the green dot, right? My goal is to start from red dot. This is the stick figure. Stick figure is always on the left side, right? So the stick figure starts from red dot and goes to the green. You can see rising is not possible. You're just going to go beyond your points. I think falling is possible, and from red dot I fall 2 units down, and falling is negative number, so I do negative 2. Does everybody see that? From the red dot to the green dot, I'm actually falling 2 units, 2 down. And then how much do I run? I run only one block. So it's negative 2 over 1. Or I can also say negative 2. So this is the number that goes with variable x, negative 2. So if you will do rise over run correctly, you will get an answer that's going to be negative 2. If you will do run over rise, you will get a negative half. Make sure you are very precise about that. Do rise over run. In this case, it was not a rise, it was a fall. Fall means a negative number. So it's negative 2 over 1. We talked about yesterday in detail, no matter what 2 points we will pick, we will still end up getting the same slope, right? And we did multiple different points to work it out. Are there any questions before I move on? See, 2 down, then 1 over. Let's look at question 9. And question 9 is over here. We wanted an equation. So here the scenario is given to you. The scenario says Nicholas is buying shirts for his baseball team. He will pay $9.50 for each shirt. Means 950x. Each tells you where the variable goes. These are the answers that says 950x, right? 950 for each shirt. Plus, there should be a plus sign. Plus a one-time fee of $22.50. Plus a one-time fee of $22.50. This is how we could have translated the scenario into equation. Are there any questions? As you read the English, you can translate that to the math. It is very clear, right? In this way, it is very easy to tell which one looks like the right answer and which ones do not look like the right answers. Are there questions, concerns on this one?
Can you put me in the ELA room?
Yes. Eric, not ELA, Eric. Miss Smith is not here. Eric, you missed the math interim today.
I was there.
You were there? You finished it?
I almost.
Can I put you in the math room right now so you can finish the math assessment, Eric?
Okay.
Yeah. And Miss Smith is not here, dear. You know, Miss Smith is not here. Only I am going to be hosting the open office, but there are students who are testing. So I have the rooms open for that. But I will put you in the math so you finish it. Okay. So here we are. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question. Question 10, the final question, is over here. This was one I talked about before. They tried to make the question a little hard by splitting the coefficient. Here, they split negative 5x plus 4x, right? So let's combine this. Can you guys think of how much is gonna be negative 5x plus 4x? Think about it. Or think about how much is negative 5 plus 4. Think about it and let me know. First is going to be this part so we can combine some like terms. How much is negative 5x plus 4x, or how much is negative 5 plus 4 in numbers? Everybody think about it. Joycelyn, I agree to you. Very good. Joycelyn, you will see we will be practicing a lot of these multi-step ones in the leveled up sessions. You'll be amazed to see how many different terms you'll have. But over here, we won't have more than this one. And if you do your integer operations, -5 plus 4 is -1. Right? -5 plus 4 is -1. That means -5x plus 4 is going to be -1x. So now if I plan to rewrite my inequality, I have here -1x. Then I have plus 4 less than or equal to 12. And I am going to pause. Are there any questions? Before I move on, does it make sense to everybody? Are there any questions? How did I get -1x plus 4 is going to be less than or equal to 12? No questions? Everybody understands? I just combined like terms, -5x plus 4x. I combined them. I want to see details of your work so you can earn extra credit. If I do not see details of your work, that is not going to be very useful. So look at this part. Does that make sense? Do you agree? Joycelyn, it seems like I agree to your answer. Let me see. I agree to you, Joycelyn. Very good. And then I am going to go divide it into two sections. Step 1, I will get rid of my constant. My constant is plus 4, so I will minus 4. And I will do that on both sides. Does this part make sense? Everybody look at it carefully. Have we seen this in class? Does this make sense? Isabella K, put -1x plus 4. If you don't have x, Isabella K, think about what you are solving. The variable is missing. -1x and then plus 4. So you cannot do -1 plus 4 because it is -1x. Isabella K. There you go. Now it won't be a 3 or -3, right? Then let's see, after subtracting 4 on both sides, what do I have? A plus 4 minus 4 becomes 0, so it is a z, means 0. And I have here -1x is going to be less than or equal to 8. I want x by itself. I want to get rid of -1. I want x by itself. I'll divide both sides by -1. In this way, I will have x by itself. Remember, when I divide both sides by negative number, it will flip the inequality sign. It will become greater than or equal to. Now, x is going to be greater than or equal to -8. X is going to be greater than or equal to -8. Then I'm going to go sketch out a number line with mostly these numbers that are given to me in the answer choice, from -7 till -9, -6 all the way till -9, and see which ones are going to be lying in the answer, in the solution. So here is the number line. And if we start here from 0, because they are mainly talking about negative numbers, 0. Then I have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and then I have -6, right? I'm going to pick from -6. I have here -6. I'm going to have -7, -8. Okay. Let's see if I can clean some part. My pen started to write. So let's see. This is going to be -7. This, oh my God, my pen just won't stop writing. I think I will go ahead and draw my number line over here in this one. and I'm going to write my solution, right? My solution was, it also gives me a fresh plate, fresh slide, and to sketch out my number line. That is a good thing. As we solved, I got an answer that was x is going to be greater than or equal to -8. I'm glad I have the PDF saved here. My near part is acting up a little. I'm going to sketch out a number line to see which numbers are going to fall in the solution range, right? Okay. Here, for example, I'm going to start from -6. The first number, -6. As I go towards the left side, I get -7. Then I do -8, -9, -10, so on and so forth, right? This is how a number line looks like. My answer is greater than or equal to -8. So greater than or equal to, greater than or equal to -8 means all these numbers, right? So question says which one is not in the solution set. Everybody think about this. I'm going to check my breakout room and I'm going to be back. In the meanwhile, you answer me. Go ahead, everybody, think about the answer. Okay, so which one does not seem to be the answer? I'm back. Which one does not seem to be the answer? Did my slide clear up or can you still see my slide? Taraji, tell me. Joycelyn, can you still see my work or did my slide clear up? Can you still see my work or did my slide clear up? Let me see. Joycelyn, you can still see. So which one doesn't seem to be the answer then? Which one doesn't lie on the green region? Which number of the 4 answer choices do not lie in the green region? -9 doesn't. Taraji, you are right. Absolutely right. So -9 is not going to be the answer. Which value does not? So -9 does not. From my side, honestly, I could not see my slide anymore. It looks like a clean slide, but I'm hoping you guys can see it. But you could see that -9 was the one that is not falling in the green region. And these were falling in the green region, so they are possible answers, right? But only -9 was not. That marks the end of the session. For those who are attending for TFAR, you are good to go. For those who are attending for Math TFAR, you are good to go. I'm going to close my breakout room so I can talk to people who are still testing and see what they're doing. Students, we are all back in the main room. Nina, Eunice, let's see whom else. If you are here, TM, are you guys still testing? Eric? Are you guys still testing? Let me know. Eunice, you're still testing? Eunice, you can stay if you're still testing. Or I'm going to pause the recording.